So Hollywood's latest agenda is to promote white men and black women as couples. Now, part of this agenda is to suggest to black women, young black females specifically, that white men are more appealing than black men. So Hollywood is suggesting that white boys and men are more sexually stimulating, more sexually charged, and better equipped for the job. Talk about pushing a damn agenda. A bunch of foolishness is what it is. But white man, y'all gonna be all right. If this is the sole purpose of their agenda, then to what end? Is the goal to brainwash millions of black women into taking her very resilient and needed strength away from the black man and packaging it up nice and neat to give to the white man so he can take it and continue to build up his already established communities in this country? White established communities, by the way, that was built on the backs of her black male ancestor. And all at the same time using her as one of their many tools while making her complicit in the further systematic separation of the black family. The little mermaid, man, y'all some thirsty motherfuckers. You mean a black man can't have the one black mermaid in all the oceans and seas around this motherfucker? God damn. Man, y'all some thirsty motherfuckers. Y'all want the black fish ass too. Boy, Harriet Tubman rolling over in their grave, man. But all right, back to the thing. Wow. You can always tell it's an agenda because it takes something that wasn't happening naturally and it pushes it in your face everywhere and all at once to suggest a certain thing. And you white parents and white parents that have white daughters should also be concerned, like this won't give young white girls any insecurities about the color of their skin, telling her that black females make white men look cooler than white females do. So white families aren't victimless in Hollywood's latest agenda. This is Viola Davis and Liam Nelson. So after filming love scene with Liam Nelson, Viola said that more black women should be kissing hunky white men on camera. Viola, Liam Nelson is 90 years old. Who the hell told you to say that? What it looks like to me is Hollywood is saying that for large numbers of black women to work, they have to bow down and treat white men on camera with a strong sexual desire and complete admiration for him. So what Viola was suggesting is that black women come bow down so you can get work. It's shameless. So here is Laura London. Now cut the music off. Now you take one of the finest red bones breathing oxygen and you hook her up romantically with Jonah Hill. Shit is getting hilariously offensive. Now, Laura London's father is a white Jewish man in real life, and Jonah plays a white Jewish man in the movie. But Laura London is a black woman, make no mistake about it. She's black casted, she's black curvy, and she's black culturally. Shit, she dated Nip. So their agenda is still being pushed, in the same fashion. And it's being pushed with that white privilege. Now, look at Pierce Brosnan and Halle Berry. Pierce gets Halle Berry, but Laura London gets Jonah Hill. They at least could have gave her Dean Winchester. It's that privileged understanding, it takes, to take a black dime piece, throw it in with a white four, and suggest it's some kind of norm. It's brainwashing. Now, Hollywood, I'm gonna tell you all this. To a more evolved viewer, you're making your white men look thirsty and the white race look inadequate because it's suggesting that white men have to go outside of their own to feel some sense of virility. To have to force this idea is pathetic and it seems desperate to me. Like you need the black woman to feel alive and virile. And although your agenda may gain some traction, it cannot be sustainable. And here's why. The black man is the father of all creation. We are the strongest, most spiritual, most resilient, most electrically charged man on this earth. Our strong, charismatic swagger, high IQs, superior physical attributes make us the most hated, most lied on, most stole from, most copied, and the most persecuted and murdered man on this planet. And still, organically, we remain the strongest, from the young to the gracefully aged. So we will always, always be the most desired man on this earth. And you know what? Maybe y'all know that. Maybe Hollywood knows that. And there's a more nefarious agenda at play. Listen to what Jane Elliot had to say and then listen to the young lady after her.
By the time these young people get ready to have children, they will realize that as the hole in the ozone layer gets larger and larger, more and more sunlight is allowed to enter our environment, and more people who have pale faces are going to die of melanoma, which is a skin cancer that you get if you don't have enough melanin in your skin. Let me tell you, people of color are going to be very much in demand for reproduction in the future. And mark my words, you're laughing now, but you wait 20 years. You won't even have to wait 20 years, because they're going to see that if they want their children, their grandchildren, and their great-grandchildren to survive, they're going to have some melanin in their skin.
Black guys or white guys?
Black guys.
Okay, can you elaborate as to why specifically black guys?
Yes, black guys are melanated, and I want my children to survive, and I know that the only way for them to survive in the future is for them to have melanin in their skin. So that's the way for me to, make my legacy continue.
So I think this has been happening for hundreds of years secretly, or at least happened for the first time secretly during slavery, after really noticing how athletic, strong, healthy, and how long those black slaves lived. So they decided to filter some melanin in over some generations. Just a small percentage over time would have helped in their organ function and with other illnesses that melanated skin people don't get. And don't believe shit they tell you about black people being more susceptible to more illnesses. It's a bunch of BS. If we're getting sick, it's about the bull junk they put in grocery stores that's where they're heavily black people populated at. So that natural illnesses, it ain't for us. But unlike the video we just watched, where the white woman wants offspring with the black man, Hollywood understands the father has to be white, because if the father is white, then that mixed child is going to be raised around people that look like the father, as opposed to a black father. Unless the father lives around white people, that child will have more access to black men or women. And if they have children, it's just going to go back into making the black population larger. As to if the mixed child is raised around white people, the chances are greater that they will have offspring with a white person. And it looks like this over time. A mixed child has a child with a white man. That child with the white man. So, and that child has a child with a white man. So that small percentage has helped them be healthier and less susceptible to certain illnesses. But what Jane Elliot is suggesting is that eventually they're going to have to stop the filtering right here. Wait, she's saying eventually it's going to be a blackout because they need us to survive, not the other way around. My melanated people, know your worth, know your power, know who and what you are. The original children of the sun, the original man and woman.